A flickering torchlight reveals a sealed stone doorway deep inside a narrow tomb corridor. Dust drifts through the air, and a man's shadow hesitates before touching the ancient wall. Hieroglyphs carved into golden panels shimmer under dim light, warning of death to anyone who dares disturb what was buried for eternity. A camera pans across a silent burial chamber, where a single golden coffin rests untouched for over 3,000 years. Fine grains of sand fall from the ceiling, collecting around the edges of the stone floor as if time itself has been waiting. Some doors were never meant to be opened. Welcome to the Chronicle Vault, where real stories feel impossible and some mysteries refuse to stay buried. Tonight, we descend into an ancient Egyptian tomb where a discovery changed history and unleashed a legend that still haunts the world. In November 1922, a team of archaeologists stands in a desert valley beneath towering limestone cliffs, brushing sand away from a hidden staircase. Wind moves slowly across the valley floor, carrying silence through a place that had remained undisturbed for centuries. Led by British archaeologist Howard Carter, the group uncovers the entrance to a long-lost royal tomb buried beneath layers of stone and time. The entrance is sealed with ancient markings and intact clay seals bearing the name of a forgotten king, Tutankhamun. Inside a narrow stone passage, Carter holds a candle as he peers through a small opening into darkness that has not been disturbed for centuries. The flame flickers slightly, reflecting off unseen surfaces deep inside the chamber. When asked what he sees, he whispers, "Wonderful things." Golden statues line the walls, chariots stand frozen in time, and ornate treasures glitter beneath layers of dust. Shadows stretch across the chamber as the light reveals objects placed with deliberate precision. The burial chamber reveals a nested series of coffins, each more intricate than the last, protecting the mummified body of a boy king. Layers of resin and linen wrap the body, preserved in conditions no one fully understands. Tutankhamun, who ruled Egypt over 3,300 years ago, had been nearly erased from history until this moment. But among the treasures, something else begins to capture attention. Ancient inscriptions appear on objects and walls, warning of death and misfortune to anyone who disturbs the tomb. The carvings are precise, deeply etched, designed to last far beyond a single lifetime. Though many dismiss them as superstition, the warnings linger in the minds of those present. Within months of the tomb's opening, strange events begin to unfold. In a dimly lit hospital room in Cairo, Lord Carnarvon, the man who funded the expedition, lies weak and feverish after a seemingly minor mosquito bite becomes infected. The room is quiet, except for the slow rhythm of his breathing, as doctors struggle to understand the sudden decline. On April 5, 1923, he dies suddenly, less than 5 months after entering the tomb. Reports claim that at the moment of his death, the lights in Cairo flicker and go out across the city. Miles away in England, his dog is said to have howled before collapsing at the exact same time. Newspapers explode with headlines about a Pharaoh's curse, fueling fear and fascination around the world. Soon after, other members of the expedition fall ill under unusual circumstances. Even those only loosely connected to the excavation begin to report strange illnesses and sudden deaths. In total, over a dozen individuals associated with the tomb die within a decade of its discovery. To some, the pattern is too precise to ignore, but others search for scientific explanations behind the legend. Experts suggest that ancient bacteria or toxic mold trapped inside the sealed tomb may have caused infections. Microscopic spores drift through still air, invisible yet potentially lethal. Yet, this theory fails to explain the timing, coincidence, and eerie patterns surrounding the deaths. Howard Carter himself lives for nearly 17 more years after opening the tomb, seemingly untouched by any curse. So why do some die, while others survive? Some researchers believe psychological stress and suggestion played a role. The idea of a curse amplified by media may have heightened anxiety and weakened the immune response in those involved. But still, questions remain. Why did certain deaths occur so suddenly, with no clear medical explanation? Why did events surrounding Carnarvon's death align so strangely across different locations? And why do similar stories appear in other ancient tomb discoveries across Egypt? Inside the burial chamber, a close-up of Tutankhamun's golden mask reveals eyes that seem to stare back through time. Light reflects off the polished surface, creating the illusion of movement in complete stillness. The craftsmanship is flawless, the expression calm, but something about it feels unsettling. For centuries, the tomb remained sealed, untouched, and silent, until one moment changed everything. Whether curse, coincidence, or science, the legend of King Tut's tomb continues to blur the line between history and mystery. Because sometimes, the past does not stay buried. And sometimes, disturbing it comes with consequences we do not yet understand. But Egypt is not the only place where an entire world vanished without explanation. In a dense tropical jungle, stone pyramids rise above the canopy, their surfaces covered in vines and shadow. Humidity hangs thick in the air as insects move through the dense vegetation surrounding ancient ruins. The Maya civilization once built vast cities filled with temples, plazas, and millions of people across Central America. At its peak between 250 and 900 AD, it was one of the most advanced societies in the world. Then, suddenly, many of its great cities were abandoned. Stone structures were left behind, tools dropped where they were last used, and entire urban centers emptied without a clear answer. Archaeologists studying the region have found evidence of prolonged droughts lasting decades. Cracked earth and dried lake beds reveal patterns of extreme environmental stress. Some believe the collapse wasn't sudden, but a slow breakdown over time. Other theories point to warfare, political collapse, or overpopulation pushing the civilization beyond its limits. Yet no single explanation fully accounts for the scale and speed of the decline. Much like the sealed tomb in Egypt, the Maya left behind clues, but no definitive answers. Both stories reveal the same unsettling truth. Entire worlds can disappear, and the reasons may remain hidden for centuries. Civilizations rise, flourish, and vanish, leaving only fragments behind for others to uncover. And sometimes, the deeper we dig, the more questions we create. If you want to uncover more real stories hidden behind classified secrets and unsolved mysteries, stay with us.